everybody, how you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Matt.
Hi, Daddy.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Petey.
I'm Joel.
I'm Daniel. I'm Lauren.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Hey, Ghost.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We are forecast to have a beautiful day, but it's gonna be a hot one. As of right now, we got a breeze. If the breeze stays throughout the day, well, that'll be pretty nice. The past couple days on the farm have been a little hectic. I'll explain to you what we have been working on. A big one has been getting the wheat harvested. Dad and Matthew have been working on that pretty extensively for the past 2 days. In our last video, you saw us getting the harvester all set up and ready to go. And let me just tell you, it has been working great. However, besides trying to get the wheat harvested, we've also been working on getting our hay crop in. And we were successful in getting everything baled that we had mown down, but we were in a race against the weather and we beat the weather by that much. Not only have we been busy with the wheat and hay, but we've had some more vegetables that we've harvested here in the past few days. And well, yeah, they look pretty good. So we're gonna have to harvest some of them today as well. So yesterday was an action-packed day on the farm, and I think today's gonna be just as busy. But to get started off with our morning, we're gonna get the farm market all cleaned up and set up. Farm market is now all set up. We are missing a few things this morning and we need to fill up a little bit. A big thing we're gonna have to get right away this morning is sweet corn, and we will be pulling our own, which is exciting. So I'm gonna run off and grab the side-by-side and some baskets, and Matthew's gonna work on filling up the rest of the stuff in here. Now we are a little short-handed this morning. Dad is not gonna be here. He is at a Pioneer Seed meeting. He shouldn't be there all day, but we're hoping that he'll be back soon. I genuinely have waited all spring for this moment. Oh, that's good. Fresh sweet corn from the field. That's so good. Okay, but anyway, we need to get started picking. Now, this is the sweet corn that we put under the biodegradable mulch. This is the earliest sweet corn that we have on the farm, and it's looking pretty good. And since this sweet corn is ready to harvest and we need some back at the farm, we're gonna get started picking. So far, I've been able to find some really nice sweet corn, but I have noticed that we've had some trouble with animals. In particular, either skunks or raccoons. As you can see, this corn was pulled down and nibbled pretty good right there. Now, we know it's skunks or raccoons because those are usually the two most common perpetrators we have for something like this. You can see this sweet corn was pulled down, and that was not me that took bites out of that. I promise you. That was either a skunk or a raccoon. You usually deal with that with every crop of sweet corn that you raise. You hope never to find too much. This year, that's all I've seen so far. I do see a few more stalks that have been nibbled on, but it's to be expected. I mean, it is our first planting, but it doesn't seem to be near as bad as last year. Last year, we had a lot of trouble with the skunks and raccoons. Ooh, that one's not right there. Now, a question I get all the time with sweet corn is, how do I know when it's ready to harvest? To be honest with you, I don't want to say it's a feeling, but it's kind of a feeling. However, I will give you some signs to look out for. One thing you need to look out for is that the silk is all dried at the top. Now, while you're harvesting the ear, you can take your hand and squeeze as you're pulling, and if you feel that the kernels come all the way to the top, well, then you know it's a filled out ear of corn. And when the silk is all dried, that means that it is no longer trying to pull down any of this pollen from the top to make kernels, so you can guess that this ear is ready to go. Another factor that we use is just the size of the ear. If you got fat ears, usually that's a good telltale sign that it's ready to harvest. There isn't really a universal sign for telling you that sweet corn is ready to go. Something that helps me though is the silk. The silk is dried up really good like that, well, that usually means it's ready to harvest. And as I'm picking and we're going through and harvesting thousands of ears a day, that is what I look out for, the dried silk at the top. See this? Not 100% dried. This one in my hand is all brown and lost all its color. We still have color towards the center and underneath, so I would not be picking that. Did you think you were gonna get an education on how to pull your sweet corn? I bet you didn't. Uh-oh. Alarms. But anyway, this is what we do here. Whoops, sorry. So as you're pulling your sweet corn, those are some things to watch out for. That'll help you to make sure that you have fresh, ripe sweet corn coming off your stalks. Hi, Andy.
You know, normally when you got a backup camera, you can see out the, you can see it too.
I'll put the seatbelt on, you know? Precious corn cargo. Just got all the sweet corn brought into the farm market. We got our little display all filled up here. We do have a few extra baskets. We'll just move these into the cooler. That way if we sell sweet corn, they can fill it right back up. We're getting ready to move on to our next thing that needs to be harvested, but before we do that, I'm grabbing my jug of water, then we'll be on our way. It's hot out here. I don't need to be dehydrated, because when I get dehydrated, I get cranky. Right, Callie? Daddy gets cranky when he's dehydrated? Yeah, what? Are you all ready to go?
I was born ready to go!
That's what I like to hear. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah!
We're all hopping in the side-by-side to head back and start harvesting some pickling cucumbers. Yeah, you heard that right. Pickling cucumbers. Woo, exciting. We just have to grab Matthew and then we'll be on our way with a full side-by-side of cucumber pickers.
Rain tomorrow during the day, but that's it.
So rain tomorrow during the day.
Rain tomorrow during the day,
Ooh.
with a possible risk of severe thunderstorms.
Ooh. How were the animals this morning?
The cows were hungry.
And the chickens were doing good.
I came home last night after we wrapped round bales, and the chicken's gate was left open.
Oh no, were the chickens out?
Yeah, I had to catch
That's
it.
not
How many
good
chickens
at all.
were out?
Like half of them.
Side by side is now full of harvesters and we're on our way.
They make flail mowers for 50 horsepower tractors. Yeah. And I thought with all the fence lines we have.
So here we are out in the fields. Just want to show you a few things before we get started. We have our plum and round tomatoes to my right and they look absolutely gorgeous. Right here to my left we have some cherry tomatoes and they are just about ready to start harvesting. We're getting beautiful clusters on there. But this isn't what we're gonna be harvesting today. We are gonna be harvesting the pickling cucumbers. Now these rows over here is what we're gonna be focusing on. The furthest row is our zucchini. The row next to it is our cucumbers, our straight eights. Then we have some watermelon actually planted in the middle here. Yeah, funny story. But hey, watermelon. And then these closest two rows are just pickling cucumbers. There is gonna be quite a lot in here. We are expecting to find a bunch. It would be nice to sit here and talk about the cucumbers, but we do not have all day to do that, so we need to get started picking. Now we have had the opportunity to already go through and harvest once. That's how we knew there was gonna be a lot here today. The last time we harvested was the first time we picked. So we didn't get too much, but we saw plenty of blossoms and we saw plenty of small cucumbers getting ready to harvest. Now you will hear us refer to these pickling cucumbers as just pickles. I think a lot of people that harvest vegetables do that. It's a little easier to differentiate between the longer straight 8 cucumbers and the pickling cucumbers by just calling these pickles. So if you hear us calling them pickles, that is why. Two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's like 20 there I can't even pick yet. Now the 2 rows of pickling cucumbers that we have, the one Joel and I are picking is a little thinner than the one that Matthew and Daniel are picking. As we get out towards the middle of the field, they both fill out really, really nice. It was just at that early section and the far end at the opposite side of the field. Those are the only 2 thin locations. The rest looks pretty good. I hear the honeybees out today. They're pollinating. Now with the pickling cucumbers, our variety is called Eureka. Eureka is a variety we've been raising for a few years, and the reason why we've stuck with it is because it's always done really well for us. It has high yield, high production numbers, and it grows a beautiful pickling cucumber. We haven't had too many issues with it, which I think is one of the reasons why we've always raised Eureka. Just a lot of benefits from us. I don't know if it's our soil condition that's so good for Eureka or what the deal is, but the cucumbers have always grown really, really well here, and we've always had high productions of cucumbers that have looked great like this. That's what we love to see. Now we talked in a previous video about how the smoky skies had affected the crops, and in one of the previous videos we talked about how it actually benefited our broccoli crop. We got some of the nicest spring broccoli we've ever had. Now the same way it helped the broccoli, it has affected these cucumbers as well, but not in a positive way. See, these would actually have been able to harvest a few days sooner, and our plants would have been much larger sooner, but because the smoke was hindering the sunlight that the plants were receiving, they grew a little bit slower than normal. Now, is this a big deal? Yeah, I guess, but it's also not a big deal. It would have been nicer to start harvesting earlier on. We would have had a longer harvest, but it's only a few days. At the latest, it's thrown us back has been a week. So it's not the end of the world. But it is something that is notable to mention, especially when this is your livelihood. When harvesting vegetables like this pays for your bills. So that's just something to keep in mind, how it's benefited some things, but it's also hindered others. I think the crops look great nonetheless, and if we can continue getting cucumbers like this, well, I'll be a happy guy.
Left, there was only 2 people in the field.
Things have been going smoothly out here. We only had a few shakeups. We had to run back and get some cauliflower and some broccoli for a customer. And while we were doing that, we picked up Gavin and Petey, so now they're back here with us. We weren't gone for too long, but it looks like Joel and Daniel made some good progress. We're almost finished with the pickling cucumbers. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's good?
Not much. Just, you know, picking cucumbers, picking pickles, just living the dream. Joel, can you believe the last time I was picking peas, you know, for the very last time, people were telling me that I missed some?
No, I can't believe that.
I don't miss any peas. Come on, guys. I never miss any vegetables. We do a clean, thorough picking.
I don't miss any. I'm glad they're gone.
So let's see how much we got harvested today. We got 3 baskets yet to load up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 baskets of pickling cucumbers. Now that is what we like to see. Whew. Callie really loves cucumbers, and now that every time we harvest cucumbers, we take a few home for her, she gets even more excited. I thought we were gonna have enough time to get everything set up for loading straw up into the barn, but it is almost lunchtime, so we're gonna take a break and get some lunch. And Grammy, what are we having for lunch today?
Tacos. You know, it's Taco Thursday.
Ooh, tacos, yeah, Taco Thursday? It's Taco Thursday. We are hooked up to our bale elevator. We got some pitchforks. We're gonna take this down to the barn, and then we're gonna see about getting a truck down there to clean out all the loose straw.
What I'm doing.
No, look at that. Gavin has got our bale elevator all unhooked. Now this is where we're gonna be spending, I wanna say a bulk of our afternoon, but I think it's gonna be all of our afternoon. Gavin and I are gonna be taking the pitchforks up there and getting out as much as we can. But we need a truck to unload into, so I'm gonna give Matt a call and ask him if he can bring it down for us. Now I'm not 100% sure where the floor actually sits. We're gonna try and get it even with right here. So we took our backboards off. We have our truck in place. Just start shoveling. Or I guess it's not shoveling, it's forking.
Let's just get started.
Just start. It's a wee bit warm up inside the barn, pretty sweaty up here. Gavin and I just got finished cleaning out this area. It's not perfect, but it's much better than what was here before. And that's because everything that was here before is now on the truck. It'll just make it a little easier to stack in here now that it's, for the most part, level. Ooh, but it's toasty in here. Quite warm, I would say. Now that Gavin and I are back at the farm, we're gonna clean out our boots because they're full of straw, get something to drink, and get ready to go back and start stacking. Keep going. Right there. Oh. Jug toss. Well, it's just the start, but we have now got wagon number 1 all taken care of. There was a snake in one of the bales. We're all okay. Kind of scared us, but we're good. Just got another wagon moved up into the barn. We stacked up off the floor. What are we, 2 or 3 high? 2 high. So now we're gonna start working our way up. Joel is now with us and he is helping out a ton. We're trying to fill up as far back as we can. It's a lot easier when you have 3 people. So we're trying to get all the hard to reach places filled first, and then we'll do this easy stuff. Which I say easy stuff, this down here, it's easy now, but once you're tired is usually when you're filling this. So it's all hard work, but getting the further stuff away done, yeah, that makes you feel better. I've just been taking clips between every wagon because it's easier to do that. But you can probably see how it's slowly starting to fill more and more up in this barn. One more and we're done. I'm happy. One more. What up, doggos? Normally we have Dad down here to pull all the bales off the wagon, but he is running home to get the animals fed. And Gavin had to leave, so we are down a guy. I had to come down here. The boys are just gonna be filling up the front of the barn, so they don't need the extra person all the way up top. So I'm able to come down here and do this for Dad. Well, I was having a little bit of trouble with the camera. It was too hot, and then the battery died, so we're home now. We've got that last load of hay all finished up. Don't let the time lapses fool you. That took a long time. I was in that barn for over 5 hours today. That's just in the afternoon. And I know me personally, I'm pretty exhausted. The temperature in that barn was over 100 degrees for most of the afternoon. Thankfully, I had plenty of water and I also had some electrolytes with me, so that helped me out. All that's left to do is back the one full wagon into the shop, and that's gonna be it. We'll be calling it quits. So I'm driving down to help the boys out with that. I had to bring the boss out here to inspect the wheat fields. What do you think? Can I get a woohoo? She loves going for rides. I can't blame her. I enjoy it too.
Hey, Cali girl! Where's your shoes? You got no shoes!
You going for a ride? Come on, no, I gotta go get a drink and sit down. Okay, bye-bye.
How tired can you be though? Too tired to take Callie for a ride? Not possible.
Oh, what's up, good?
Yo!
How we doing?
Hey, thanks. Callie's looking good too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, hon, what are we having for dinner tonight?
Pork tenderloin, cheesy rice, and some vegetables.
Ooh. Alrighty, everybody, we are now at the dinner table. Dad and I and Daniel all went and jumped in the pool. It was nice and cool. We loved it. But anyway, as you can see, everybody's at the table, so that means this is where we're going to end the video. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!